A silly thumbnail, but I can't change it now. Oh, I was on the right place. There we go. Alright, we're going to figure this out again today with the peppers. I figured out last time it was easier to let her lead. So let's do that. Come on, let's go. She likes to lead. Alright, let's try this. Go. Let's go. Good girl. So there's Petunia. Whoa, settle down. It was just a leaf. Literally just a leaf. Oh, there's another peppers. Come on. Come on. Be a good girl. Come on. I don't think she saw her. This one. Okay. Keep going. Come on, keep going. You're leading. Go. Nope, you gotta keep going. Alrighty. So I drove by and the doors were open. Both doors were open. Hey, Cricket, go. Okay. Whenever we pass a business door, she has to go check it out. Okay, go. There you go. Oh, she doesn't like the noises either. If there's a loud car or something like that, it freaks her out. She can be a scaredy cat because she's not been socialized enough. Go. I was trying to get a picture of her for the thumbnail, and it wasn't turned around. It took me. And then I was trying to fix it, and I went live by accident. So I have a silly thumbnail right now. Me looking at the phone. Hey, we got 4 people. I saw Cricket, but I haven't fixed the chat yet to show everything. I'll do that when I get there. I think it's more fun to watch her than just the street. This guy seems to be here all the time. I see him a lot. Keep going. Over here. Good girl. I have one of those leashes that goes 16 feet, but I don't want to give her that kind of room. Alrighty. Up. The doors are already closed. Let's go up and talk to these people. They look like they're looking at it. Or they're just standing there. I can't tell which. Huh. They must have saw me coming. They closed the doors. The doors were open when I drove by. Oh, and they're closing the blinds already. Look at this. Look what they do when I get here. They're closing the blinds.
Oh, look your signs.
Thanks. I have a better one I'm making. That thing's a year old now. It's falling apart. But look at this. How many churches do you know that have to close up their blind just because I'm filming? It's pretty in there. They have a cafe, a bookstore. Yeah. Oh, that'll be next. Oh, dude, I'll take it. You don't need that. Nope, I'll take it. No, we like to take this stuff. I have a bunch of their pamphlets, and I write my channel on the back of it. They were putting these boxes all the way up in Leander and Cedar Park.
So what do they believe?
They don't have a belief. They don't have a deity. While we're talking, I'm going to get set up. Yeah, well, the science that L. Ron Hubbard made up, okay? Everything he does in here, the guy died in 86. He was a science fiction writer in the 30s and 40s. And then he wrote Dianetics in 1950, which was the first book that turned into Scientology later. I just finished reading that book. Woo! What a ride. And so I deep dived this a couple years ago from survivors of the cult. I didn't watch a documentary. I've learned it all from their horror stories. What brought me? So they believe that this tech he created, these classes and stuff, will make you this all-powerful being. But you have to have 150,000 minimum to go up that bridge. The people you see in here in the vest, their staff and Sea Org. Sea Org is their military arm. They have to sign a billion-year contract and work for them until they die. You can get married, but if you get pregnant, they will bus you to the clinic. And what you see in here, the staff and Sea Org are second and third generation. They're not getting new people in here. Do you guys mind being on camera? I'm live streaming. They love.
How many people are watching? I mean, somebody
I only got 3 right now, but I just started. Okay. All right. I give a class. Let me give you the class. They don't have a deity, okay? L. Ron Hubbard, who created this church in 1950, was a science fiction writer. And he told a buddy that he wasn't making any money. The way to make money is to start a religion. He made up all this stuff. I just read the book he wrote in 1950. It was another form of therapy because he hated psychiatry because the Veterans Administration wouldn't help him with his psych issues after World War II. They literally have in LA Industry of Death Psychiatry Museum because they hate psychiatry so much. So he has this bridge to total freedom that you can go up, and in OT3, so these people in here that are staffing probably don't know this story. Have you ever seen the South Park episode?
Yeah.
Oh, the aliens?
That's completely true. All of it. You know, South Park does their homework, but they don't find that out till OT3. A lot of these celebrities and stuff, they're already all in, or their family's all in when they get there. And people who have left have said when they got there, they're like, this is BS. I mean, we're from another galaxy and body thetans and all this stuff. Well, he started reading Aleister Crowley when he was 16. Have you ever heard that name?
I know.
He was a well-known Satanist in the late 1800s and in England. And matter of fact, Hitler, which I don't normally say on my channel, Hitler had him on a list, Aleister Crowley, that when they invaded, he was the first one to get off, to get unalived. Aleister Crowley was considered the most despicable human being in the world at that time. Well, he had a protege in LA in the 40s named Jack Parsons. Well, the leader that created this religion befriended him and was into the black magic, and he later said he was the Antichrist. That's where he learned to control people. Like, if I want somebody to give me all their money, he learned how to do that. He failed at everything in his life, L. Ron Hubbard, but he was very charismatic and a total liar. Well, so most of the people that have gone in here was 50s, 60s, 70s, 80s before the internet, and they've had kids, and now the second, third generation. Because of the internet, they're not getting a lot of new members. So what brought me here was the child abuse. So they have an arm called the Sea Org. It's their military arm. He created it after the Navy because he sucked in the Navy. He bought a couple ships in the 60s and called himself Commodore. He used to, I just found this out. I didn't know it was this bad. In the harbor, when they would dock, he would take people that were in trouble, tie their ankles together and throw them overboard into the harbor where ships would drain their sewage. And children 5, 6, and 7 were on the ship. That was back when he let Sea Org have kids. And honestly, it was a benefit that they thought that the new leader stopped letting them have kids because their conditions were atrocious. There was there was 2 stories. One was 5, one was 8. They got in trouble. They were put in the chain locker, which is the front of the ship, big dark metal room where the chains are for the anchor. 4 hours, maybe a couple days. So the guy was sadistic and he was a malignant narcissist. So anyway, the Sea Org, you sign a billion-year contract because they believe you've lived multiple lives because they're from another galaxy. The South Park stuff, go look it up. They believe they live multiple lives, and so when they die, they go to a new baby body. Let me get this part out real quick. This is why the child abuse happens. They look at their children as adults or big beings in small bodies. So SAing them or abusing them is not that bad to them. Plus, it's a high crime to take a Scientologist to the authorities, so they just cover it up. Did y'all ever hear the Danny Masterson case in California, the actor that just went to prison last year? He was a Scientologist, and he was drugging and R-ing women in and out of the church, and they knew it. Finally, 3 victims had enough, and they brought criminal charges, and they won, and he's in prison 30 years to life. Because they got the paperwork, they keep everything. It's like you go through auditing in here, that's their big thing. We would call it maybe therapy or confession, and they write everything down. That's why these big Tom Cruise and John Travolta won't speak out against the church, because they have dirt on them. They've confessed everything, and it's recorded. Danny Masterson had wrote in his paperwork. Yeah, I did it, but I didn't think it was wrong. Now I just found out again, because I'm listening to this guy that did a history on, I was listening to it on the way here. He said that he told his agent, his literary agent, before he wrote Dianetics, that I'm creating this method. Oh, he researched hypnosis too. I'm creating this method where you could literally are a woman and she wouldn't remember it or know it. This was in the 40s and the 40s. And I was like, oh my gosh. So this guy was diabolical evil. He really was. And the problem is, the reason they've lasted so long is they've got $1 billion in the bank because they built so much money from their rich members. They're called public. So they come in and they pay for courses. And they take courses and they learn this auditing. They go through auditing, $300 an hour. And it could take hours and hours. And he says he's going to rid you of your engrams. He changes all the words of normal stuff. We would call it trauma. But what he's really doing, and he lays it out. I'm going to save you from this. We read this in this book I just read. And he says, when you're constantly re-stimulated in your trauma, that part of your brain shuts down and you're easily controlled. Well, in here they work 110 hours a week. They're constantly going, especially Sea Org. They don't have a lot of Sea Org in here at staff, but Sea Org, and you have to have these stats every day. Sell books, do this, do that, do this. So it's always like, I've talked to survivors, they're like, you're constantly in fight or flight, so you're easily controlled. They're not weak or stupid, people who have gotten into it. The book I read, had he not been so preposterous in it, it really did follow normal therapy, releasing trauma and stuff like that. So back in the 50s, 60s, 70s, 80s, 90s, before mental health is what it is now. Everybody talks about it. If you guys probably don't know, but back then you had to be rich to get therapy or you went to an asylum. Have you ever seen the asylums from back then, 50s and 60s? It was worse than prison. They just put you in a cell and they did horrible experiments. So what I saw in the book was people in need that wanted help, and he said he could do it. He said that he could cure all your physical ailments because it's all psychosomatic. It's all in your brain. He had all these claims. Well, that guy died in 86, and this other dude that's just as bad, the person that was supposed to take over, he pulled a coup and he took over. So he's been in charge since 86. And so then let's talk about the elder abuse. So you got to work for them until you die. There's no medical care. CR gets $50 a week, $47 after taxes. If the org they're at makes money, if it doesn't make money, they don't get paid. Now, they do get fed and housed by the church, but if they're not making money, they get fed beans and rice 3 times a day. And we know in Chicago, they opened right after this last year, and they have 8 people to a studio apartment. And the maintenance guy said their toothbrushes are moldy because they can't afford to buy another one. They're not getting any money. So you work for them your whole life. You don't get any medical care because he makes you deathly afraid of doctors. And he doesn't say you can't go, but he puts such a fear of doctors and going under anesthesia that nobody will go to the doctor or the dentist. I know this because if you take a picture of this, all of these people were in what they call the Sea Cadets in, say, the 70s, 80s or so, 90s. And Mike Brown went in the Army when he escaped from the cult when he was 20. So he found his mom last year in a home. So they put you in a home when you can't work anymore, take your Social Security, and fraudulently take out credit cards in your name, because when you die, it's going to go away. They just make the minimum payment until you die. So he found her, because you can't, and when you leave the church, you have to disconnect from everybody you know in the church. You're now at SP, that's in my title, the name of my channel, SP, it's suppressive person, enemy of the church. So it was hard for him to find her, and when he did, he went in and stole her. And she had a horrible heart condition they never treated. She'd been Sea Org for 40 years. And if you see any of the old people going in and out, they're like this. It's because they've gotten no good nutrition, no medical care. So then she gets out and she finds out she's $160,000 in debt. It's all about making money. It's a money-making scheme. They have $1 billion in the bank and they still make made the public, the people that pay for courses, the public in this area donate millions of dollars to refurbish these buildings when they have the money to do it. Oh, and it's a real estate scam because they got their tax exempt status back in 1993 or 96 by suing the IRS 3,000 times. Agents, so they're like, fine, you can have your tax exempt status. Well, that's what to protect them. And so about a year and a half ago, this protest movement started. We're all over the world now. And what we're filming is, they tell their members they have 30 million members. I see the same 15 people going in and out of here every week. If you had 30 million members, if you had 1 million members, I think they said that's 7,000 per org should be going in and out of here. But they believe it because they're not allowed to have internet. If they have a cell phone, there's no internet. So, just if you do, just don't give them your real information. Yeah, that's what I'm for.
Yeah. There was like a 7-minute video you watched.
I went into the one in Dallas because they knew me here. So I went up to Dallas a few weeks ago and I watched one of the videos with my son. And it was the history of the leader.
Yeah.
And my son was in Boy Scouts and the Navy. And this guy's history that he's made up so much and they don't check on it though. They're not allowed to question it. We left, he said, that crap is evil. They're lying to these people. And the thing is, they don't know. These people in here right now are second and third generation. They've been indoctrinated since they were kids. So they're victims too. So I don't ever get on them. I let them know there's 2 foundations that will help them escape, get an apartment, get a job. Because a lot of times they've been pulled out at 12, 13 years old to work of school. If they got it. These people right here never got an education. They were put in Sea Cadets when they were 7, 8, 9 years old.
Double 07 ass Miller.
Yeah. So, I mean, there's so much more. I could talk to you for hours. It took me a year deep diving the survivor stories to understand all of it, and there's still stuff I'm finding out. This guy was just diabolical evil, and now what they're doing is they're going to third world countries where they don't speak English and saying, oh, you can be a religious volunteer, come to America, we'll help you get your passport, your visa. They get here and then they take your passport away and they don't give you it and they're afraid they'll get deported.
Sorry, are you from?
Yeah.
Did we
It's not on you, it's over here. It's pointing. I can do it later, but not right now. I'm live.
You okay?
Well, look here. You're already being filmed. They have cameras right here and right there. Right there. So when you're on the sidewalk, there's cameras everywhere. Oh my God. She was all pissed off because she was on camera. Could you guys hear all of that? Or is my chat stuck again? They all just kind of left real quick because I kept talking. That's okay. They heard a lot. Are you guys there? Okay, good. Thanks. Awesome. Yeah, I came up and there was a group here, and she, did you hear her? She's like, oh, can we be taken off that? And I pointed there. Let me show you. I was like, there's a camera right there. And there's a camera over there. And I'm like, so I'm not set up all the way. I just forget you were here at the beginning. I just kind of stopped and started my spiel. I'm moving the camera, look away. All right, let's get set up. Alrighty. We got the munchkin with us today. Ooh, this is too high. Let's lower that. I'm gonna lower it, so look away. Let's see. There's 1, 2, 3, 4 different tighteners on this thing. Sometimes I can't remember what's what. I'm horizontal, that's why it's too high. I made it horizontal. Alright, actually, I'm gonna go down. I'm probably gonna end up in my chair that I brought. It's 87 degrees, y'all. This place is nuts. But here's my other thing. She saw my camera. She saw the crowd. She saw me talking. I don't feel bad. I only worry about kids. If I notice a kid, sometimes I don't. If I see a kid and I can move my camera, I try to. But I'm sometimes distracted and don't pay attention. But she's like, well, I feel like we were on there. And I'm like, there's cameras. I said, if you're on the street, you're being filmed. I don't know what she's worried about. Only 8 people are watching my channel. And I don't get that many replays, so she'll be fine. Let me get my stuff situated. Let's get the munchkin some water. Teach the children well. Yeah, I know. Whoa, I just stepped on that. Alright. She just fell in the hole I always fall in. Alright, I'm going to hook you to there and hope you don't trip me. You want to lay down? You're probably tired. She will not lay down in the truck. Never walked up and had that much of a conversation. A couple times, not that long. Want to lay down? So, I got one of their movie things. Okay. There you go. Good girl. She's laying down. All right. Stay there. All right. Whew. All right. Let me get my breath. Might need that inhaler. Irish people don't do that, do they? I don't know. She's got a good SPTV Foundation or Aftermath. I'm throwing both of them at them. Maybe they'll remember one. Don't want to be biased. Sickie. That sounds like a term y'all have. We just call it sick day. Or we call it playing hooky. Which you can use from work or from school. Yep, she's about to asleep. So the whole hour and a half here, she just sits there like this. And I'm like, lay down on the seat. Lay down. And she won't. Then we have to get out of the car, go to the pit stop, come here, and she's dead. She's going to fall asleep. She was almost asleep. She heard me talking. Whew. 5 people. Yeah, I'm not usually here on Saturday, and I didn't know it was going to be this hot. But I'm curious to see what kind of people will stop and talk to me on a Saturday. It's been a while since I've been here on the weekend. I'll talk about it more tonight, but I didn't get to come yesterday. Tom and I were sick. But I feel better today. But I get everybody. Okay, yeah. Everybody that's in the chat. Oh, sorry about that. Hey, you're supposed to be asleep. I saw you. Did Chris send you a message, or did he just send it to me? He's got the trailer reserved for tomorrow. I might not see Tom before he leaves. I don't know how late I'll be here. Actually, it's Saturday, and I know they don't have an evening, so I probably will leave well before 6:30. But my son finally, so he's been going to school up in Dallas since July, living in this. When we went to the Dallas org, and I went and visited, I finally saw his room at the extended stay, and it was disgusting. The whole place. It was just, and he was depressed. He's like, I got to do something. I'm far from home, far from my girlfriend, far from my son, and I'm living in a crap hole. So about a week ago, he finally found an apartment by accident. He just drove up And this place is so nice, y'all. The owners run it. They've owned it for 50 years. Everybody that lives there has been there for 20 to 30 years. So the fact that there was an apartment open at all was amazing. And it's not on the freeway. It's in this beautiful little neighborhood with these big trees. It's small. It's tiny. 1 bedroom. But it's just him. So I'm like, okay. If you could stop by Hobby Lobby for me, let me make sure. So I need to get shirts, and they were on sale. Let me check real quick online, see if they're still on sale. Let's see, Hobby Lobby sale. What's on sale? Weekly ad. Yep, they're still on sale, I think. Let's see, what's the date? No, it was only about, what's the date? Oh no, today's the 8th, it's still on. Tom, I need you to go to the Hobby Lobby and get me shirts. I'll send you the sizes when you're ready. Because they're like $2.99 if you get them on sale. It's for my tie-dye. Yep, I still am. I'm still doing my late night. The reason I was able to is normally why I don't do Monday or Saturday is because I do my late night and then we do Sunday. Well, we're not doing tomorrow because of Super Bowl. So I'm like, I can go today and still do my live, and then I can, because if Devin's somewhere watching the game with her boyfriend's family, because normally what we do is a couple times, she likes the Chiefs. This is just for regular games. We would get on Messenger together and we would sit with each other and watch the game at the same time. I have a screenshot of it. But, so anyway. Yeah, matter of fact, there's some stuff tonight I want to talk to you guys about. My 1-year anniversary is coming up. I have some ideas I need some input on. And that also means postponing my new sign, because I told Tom next weekend I need help in getting my craft room together. Ooh, I just drank that water too fast. Woo. So there's not as much traffic on a Saturday. I've been here, I think, on Saturdays way in the past, and what I do get sometimes is tourists or families that are down here to visit their students. So hopefully somebody, I already had a great conversation with a very good crowd. So that's all I ever want. Ooh, didn't even know that was there. Possibly. I got out of watching the NFL years ago. It's not fun when you're doing it by yourself. And even my college team, the Buckeyes, I prefer college ball because of my Buckeyes. But I haven't even watched them as much as I should be, because it's just not fun when you're by yourself. My husband doesn't like sports, so back when the kids were still there, when I would watch my games, they'd all leave. I'm like, so
They're all cults.
I get that a lot. They're all cults, but they don't understand that this is very different from other religions. Okay, cool. That'll work. I need to get on that tie-dye. Scootermom's not here yet, is she? I'm definitely making her a shirt. If anybody wants a tie-dye shirt, just give me your size, and I'll charge you what the materials cost. Like, with shipping, maybe $12 to $15 tops. And I got stuff to write on the tie-dye. So if you want SBTV on it, I'm going to put my channel name on the back of mine, or your name, or something like that. I can do that. And you can give me your colors. Even if you're not sure you want one, just give me a size, and I'll just get that size t-shirt. And if you don't want it, I'll just do something else with it. Maybe I'll save them for another auction or something. I really like that auction. I got my stickers today. By the way, I don't think anybody's on here that got something from me. I was waiting on these pretty pink boxes to come to ship my stuff out in, and they took forever to get here. He'd probably disagree with you sometimes. You want some water? Why won't dogs drink when it's hot? I have issues just like everybody else. I've had people come on and you look so well put together, and I'm like, no, not really. Sometimes yes, I had to be. You had two choices as an army wife: make it happen or lose your mind. Oh, hey, Cher. Good to see you. Yeah, if you guys pop in tonight, I've just got some things I want to talk to you all that are always here. Things I'm thinking about for the 1 year. Thank you. I would turn it around, but there's not much to see. There's hardly anybody. You know, I'm used to more people. I might move over closer to the light later on and see if I can. Here, let's turn it this way so we can at least people watch a little bit. We'll watch people down here. And it's later in the day. I bet if I'd have got here earlier, there'd be more people out. Although, there's a lot of restaurants right down here. Many. And bars. And cafes. So maybe around dinner time we'll see a lot more people. What I won't see is any of the public or staff coming in for night shift, which I found. I didn't even know that for a long time, that they didn't have a night shift on Friday and Saturday. Or is it Saturday and Sunday? One of those. Saturday for sure. Yeah, I know, Sally. I don't know. Because I didn't come Friday night. I'm not sure if I came last week because I thought she might be back.
One gang, I don't
And I
wanna make
looked, but I didn't see a live, so. But honestly, I should text her and congratulate her. I'm terrible at communication, emails, text. I'm just terrible. Part of that is my memory loss because I'll think, oh, I need to do something, and then it's gone. And days go by, weeks go by, and I don't even notice. I do not need to have this on. Let's put it down here. You guard that for me, okay? You guard that for me. She's laying in the wagon, chilling. Yeah. Well, what was weird, and I don't think it was her. So I drove by, and both doors were open, and the table was out. So somewhere, either they watch my channel, which I don't think they do, or somebody down there saw me getting ready. Because I come up, doors are, the table, well, what time is it? They might have been taking the table in anyway, but table's gone, doors closed, blinds are coming down already. So actually it worked out, because these guys were, the guys I talked to was standing there, and so I just started talking to them. I could tell they were kind of canoodling on whether they should go in or not. So, because they got one of those movie tickets. And the other group that stopped said, yeah, we went in and we watched a 7-minute video. I hope I got my spiel across to them, because I kind of didn't go in the order that I normally do. My brain was out of it. I listened to the second part of John Atak's interview on the way here. I didn't finish it yet because it's longer. And I learned new stuff today. You know, I mean, you think you know everything about the creator of this and what goes on inside, and then you find out more horrible crap. Like, have you guys watched that with Natalie, the second part of John Atak? Because I need to write stuff down, because I doubt everything he said is going to be in the book we're starting. But when he wrote OT3, he was on phenobarbital. Now, he got this from people that went down and, like, dealt with him while he was all wigged out. And they said in World War II, I mean, these are legal drugs then. It's a sedative, but if you take a lot of it, it makes you feel like you've disintegrated into a bunch of small beings. And that's where he got body Satan's from. And then he said, body Satan is a joke. Satan is Satan with a lisp. And he thinks he did that on purpose. Because I get from John Atek that he's pretty honest. If he, and he researched even information he was given. He tried to corroborate it. Because he's been an expert witness in court before. And somehow he found out, or whatever, that Satan was him joking that it really means body Satan. And I'm just like, that makes sense. I mean, he followed Aleister Crowley. But it's just weird. There's a lot of people on the other side of the street. I wonder where they're going. But, and what else did I find out today? I've got to write this stuff down. Yeah. Yeah, it's a sedative, yeah. I've heard of it. I just didn't know that much about it. But they said there was another time where they went down somewhere, not in the United States, and he was out of his, at some island, I think. He was out of his mind on drugs, and he had a 2-foot shelf full of drugs. I'm just like, he was the ultimate do as I say, not as I do guy. I don't know how he hid it so well, though, from, like, the Commodore's messengers and all those people that were around him a lot in the beginning. Then he went and off by himself. But there was a time where he was on scene. Hey, Carrie Ann. Thanks. Yeah, I'm not usually out here on Saturday, but I thought I'd pop down before it rains next week. Yes, I need to do that. Yeah, Irish. Yeah, he did. I mean, he really, you know, even though the guy, this journalist gave him all of this documentation, I think he did a lot of work on, you know, trying to prove it, all of it, you know, try to find, you know, something to it. Of course, you couldn't always. But I mean, now I'm finding out more stuff, like he faked his... Hi, what's up? Oh, well, thank you.
How are you doing?
Appreciate that. Oh, I'm doing good. A little warm today.
Yeah.
For February. That's going to
Put
change.
this down. So how are you doing?
Oh, I'm good. Just talking to my friends.
Who are they?
I have I'm live streaming on my channel.
Really?
Yeah. Say hi. What's your name?
Russell Wayne Harden.
Fist bump.
And if you stumble,
What was that?
We're the door guys.
If I should stumble, hey,
What's going on?
I'm a little camera shy. I gotta go.
Okay. Well, thanks for stopping.
Hey, did you smoke cigarettes out?
No, I don't.
My nerves are shot.
I don't. I've never smoked.
I'll find one.
Yeah. Well, good luck.
If you find somebody, if they're a woman, I can't do anything. But if there's a man that drove a car over me, that's really messed up.
Really? That's messed up. Oh, I forgot to tell you guys what happened to me the other day. So, we went to the grocery store, and I told you, I was like, we spent $450, and it wasn't even, like, full. I was like, we did get a lot of weird stuff that we don't normally get, cleaning products and stuff, but, so, we're leaving, and so I take all my own bags, and so, we needed 2 carts just because of the way it was packed. So, I'm by myself walking, so I crossed from the front door in the parking lot, and I'm going this way. and I hear something hit the ground hard. Not about, it ended up being this far from my feet, and there was a car, and I turn around and there's a phone, and I'm like, where the heck did that come from? I had no idea. It didn't register, it was so fast. So I pick it up and I'm like, is this y'all's phone? And this dude from the store sidewalk across the street, it's pretty wide, comes over and it's his, and he walks away and he throws it at the wall really hard. I'm like, oh. I go, you're welcome. If I'd have known you didn't want it. and it took me a second to get irritated because I'm like, you almost hit me. But, so I'm like, dude was definitely ticked about something. So he was trying to throw it in front of the car so it'd run over it, because it literally, I made the car stop. I'm like, hey, because they were going slow. I said, hey, stop. Then I grabbed the phone. So he's probably mad at me. I don't know what on that phone made him mad, but he was mad. I was trippy. I don't get out in public much, and geez, except for this. I mean, just out. And then I do, and all this stupid shit happens. Like the last 2 times I've gone anywhere, there's been shenanigans. Oh. So old dude there gave me a bag of raisins that looks like it's been used in a soccer match. But I guess he was trying to be nice. But yeah. I'm trying to be more careful with people. Yeah, I wasn't going to bring my cane at first because I have to deal with the dog. And I can't do both, but then I was like, no, that's my protection, so I brought it. Matter of fact, let me get that out. Right here. Like I told you guys before. I know. I don't know. It looked, somebody, he must not want it, I don't know. You think? I don't know. I can't begin to wonder why people do things. I'm still wondering about that older lady that has given me $20 twice. Me and Tom were trying, he's like, well, maybe she was a ex-Scientologist, and she might not even be homeless. It's just, you know, when people have some mental issues, which is what I think, you know, her hair was uncombed, she had a backpack, but her clothes were fairly decent. So, but I'm like, next time I'm not taking it. She comes in so fast, I don't have time to register. Next time, if she ever does it again, I'm not taking it. I don't need it. She looks like she needs it. Yes, Pain Security Systems Incorporated. That's good. Yeah. I'm glad I got a metal one. And it does not come, it does come, it folds. But I don't usually unfold it. So, actually, is this Titan? Oh my gosh, is this Titan? That still comes apart. Okay, that's just, I guess that's just length. It just tightens the length so that if this gets pushed in, it won't fall. Don't know. I didn't really need one that folded. Learn with Kim. I know. Sally, I know, right? So I really wanted to get one with the strap because at home I don't use it. So I don't always, and when I'm carrying the camera and the wagon, I don't use it. And I won't be using it at work. You can't be in security and have one of these. So I tend to, if I'm in a store and it's got a nice foot, I sit it down and I will walk off. I don't know how many times I've done that. So if I have the wrist thingy, although I haven't used it all the time. Yeah, I don't think I'm going to be out here as long as I normally am. Just because there's some foot traffic over here where the light is. Let me turn it around. But I saw a lot of people on the left-hand side more. But she didn't really seem that interested in me taking her off the video. I think she just wanted to be offended. Because I'm like, wouldn't you want my channel name so you can make sure I take it off? Which I'm not. Like I said, she saw my camera. And you can see that I'm filming on the screen because it was pointed. But actually, it really wasn't even pointed on her. But I'm just like, learn the law of the land. There is no expectation of privacy when you are in public. I mean, I guess before I did this, maybe I wouldn't have liked it. But I don't know enough people to worry about somebody seeing me, really. Yeah. I would give those raisins to somebody else, but they don't look right to me. I don't want to, like, make somebody else sick. So, and I just got over being sick from possible food poisoning, so, yeah, no. But I don't want to be rude. So what are you guys doing today, since I don't have enough people to talk to talk? And like I said, come tonight. I really want to talk with you guys about what I can do for my year anniversary. I'm not sure what I want to do. Because I also postponed Piece of Blue Sky for that day, again, because of Super Bowl. I'm not sure. I might just do it, since my Saturday night stream goes after midnight. I might just make that my 1 year anniversary show, stream, or whatever. Because I really want to get started on that book. Yeah, that's true, Cricket. I'm painting a galaxy rock. I made fudge yesterday. Oh, that sounds like fun. A galaxy rock. I'll have to come see that. That sounds like fun. Yeah, I finally bombed my craft room of the spiders, and now I got to get in there and clean. I haven't been in there in like 6 years. Because my family would help me pick up and clean and just pile crap in the middle of the room. So, and there's a layer of dust all over everything. So his next weekend's Tuesday, Wednesday. So I'm gonna be in there cleaning. But just got to his new duty station in Alaska. I'm premiering some rockabilly at 7. Oh, go check out Cricket, 7 Eastern, 6 Central my time. What base, Sally? Is it Army or Navy? I know a lot of people that was stationed in Alaska. You know what they all told me? Everybody up there's on Prozac because of the constant daylight. This was a long time ago. This was like 20 years ago, though. JBER. That doesn't sound familiar. But you know, I know you don't want to tell me, so that's okay. You don't have to. But I know the area. We never got... Oh, man, I would have loved to got stationed up there. It's beautiful. Everybody likes it. Nobody's complained about it. And it's small bases. And so our first duty station was a very small base. It was so small that you came down... you went into this entrance road, tiny little road off the street, and down a hill, to this... Let me turn it around because I use my hands when I talk. So, you came down and there was this parking lot. And around the parking lot was literally everything on base. You had the PX, you had the commissary, which is the grocery store. You had barbers, the cleaners, and then, oh no, commissary was on the left, and then ahead of you was the movie theater. So literally, you could park in this parking lot, the whole base, all the main stuff was right there. There's a lot of housing. I think there's 18,000 soldiers then. I had a lot of soldiers, but it was a small base because We were in near Monterey, California. There was another base called Defense Language Institute, and a lot of those people lived on our coast. So, Anchorage. Oh yeah, that's better. Because then there's, I think, is it Kodiak? I'm not sure. Anchorage might be bigger because it's the bigger city than the ones I know about that are real small. But they'll love it. Well, except for the extreme cold and the daylight, they'll have to really. I hope they help them out. You have the internet now. When we moved in '93 to here, there was no internet, and all I got was this packet about the base, and that was it from Army relocation. Because like the biggest thing they're gonna want is an engine blanket, so their engine block doesn't freeze. But they'll probably figure there's your son's I say they, I didn't even ask if he's by himself, he'll be in the barracks, but his seniors will help him with that, or heated garage, that'll work too. Yeah, for sure. For sure, yeah. But his seniors will help him with all that stuff. Nobody helped us. Because my husband had, when we got married, he'd only been at his duty station for May, June, July, 3 months. So nobody told us they were supposed to pay for my travel after we got married. So we paid for that. They did pay for moving my furniture. Ooh, oh, he already got it. That's awesome. Is that on post or is he living off post? Depends on, right now because of the drawdowns in the military, there's a lot, it's easier to get housing. When we got here and we had too many soldiers, the waiting list for housing was 2 years. Oh, good. Being on base is always good. I liked it because the only time I've been in base housing was in California because it was so expensive. And it was a godsend because, we were newly married. He was a private. We didn't have any money. So it was really nice not to have to worry about rent. Even that you get paid more when you rent, but then you've got a landlord and you got electricity and water, and it's a big old headache. Hey, Scootermom. I put you as the sponsor because I just picked a member. And what I'm trying to find out, and I keep forgetting to do it when I get home on the computer, is to see who gifted memberships. But since I can't see that, I'm also just picking people that are members and putting them in as a sponsor because memberships help me quite a bit. Oh, I was going to ask you something earlier. I can't remember what it was. I'll probably remember before tonight. Tonight I want to talk to y'all regulars about what I'm going to do for my 1 year. My 1 year, the day I went live is February 23rd. It's not my anniversary of creating my channel, but that was the day I went live. I had to go back and look. I couldn't remember the exact date. I'm going to play it too because it's hilarious. Because literally these college guys were like, well, do this and do this. And then I went live and I'm like, oh, I'm live. It was funny. I went back and watched a few minutes of that recently. I went back and looked at me because I'm like, I haven't gained weight, but it looks like I have. I don't understand. I need to go to the gym, y'all. I'm glad I'm not vertical today. Hi. What can I help you with?
We just wanted to ask why.
Because a religion will let you leave and a cult won't. They have 3 levels of members. They have public, which is like John Travolta and Tom Cruise are members, and they pay all the money for the courses. They don't believe in a deity. It's just tech. Then you have staff, which are the gold vests in there. They sign a 2 to 5 year contract, but they usually get coerced into staying. But they live on their own. After 110 hours here, they have to get a moonlight job, because if they're not making money in here, they don't get their $200 a week. And so, just so they can eat. But then you have the Sea Org. The guy that started this religion in 1950, He was in World War II in the Navy, and he didn't do very well in the Navy, so he created a Navy. He bought some ships and created this paramilitary arm of the church called Sea Org. You sign your life away to Sea Org, and usually families that are in love it when they're 13, 14 years old and they join, okay? You sign a billion-year contract because they believe you live multiple lives, and you work till you die, and you can't leave. We've had people escape in trunks of cars. We've had them run off the road. We've had them drug back from bus stations. And if they think you're wanting to leave, they'll put you in a room with a guard. So, and if you get married, but they don't care about families at all, so they might send your spouse off to another country for 5 years, and you never see them. And there's no dating, so a lot of times you're just like, I like you, you want to get married, because there's no dating, you're not allowed, because you're working 110 or more hours a week. And when you get too old to work for them, then they put you in a home and take your Social Security to pay a minimum payment on a credit card, so they're going to take out your name fraudulently. And we know this from, if you want to take a picture of these channels and check it out, these people is who I learned all this from. They were put in as children at 7, 8, 9 years old. And Mike Brown got out when he was 20, and he went in the Army. So last year, he found her, and when you leave the church, you have to disconnect from all your friends and family in the church, and you're considered an enemy to the church. And so it was hard for him to find her. She'd been in for 40 years. She joined after he was born, and so he was put in what they call, if you were in the Sea Org and you had kids, you were put in Sea Cadets, where you just did manual labor all day and no education.
What happened to do you know what happened to the founder's wife? Because I know there was some stuff circulating.
Some of us have our own thoughts, but there's some people that, have insiders in the church, and they say that he moved her to this base in California that keeps a vault of L. Ron Hubbard's writings, and there's really like 2 or 3 people on the base. And she was a true believer. So they say she might be perfectly happy where she's at, away from David Miscavige, because it wasn't a real marriage anyway. She was mainly his assistant, and he probably felt threatened by her, because she had a lot of people that, because the guy, her husband, David Miscavige, he pulled a coup to be the leader. He was not supposed to take over. When L. Ron Hubbard, the leader, died, he pulled a coup, and so she knew a lot of dirt. Me, I don't know. I don't know if I believe she's still alive or not, because the guy is a megalomaniac and abusive and horrible. And I had this theory one night. We were talking. I said, what if he just got mad and hit her with a base? I mean, the people that follow him would get rid of it, the evidence, because they're true believers. Because they have a special arm called Office of Special Affairs, where they hire private investigators and they go after enemies of the church. They'll pay homeless people to attack people like me. It's happened a couple times. In LA, we have a big group. Because we're doing this, there's about 100 of us protesters all over the world. And this started about a year ago. But yeah, so we don't have a official sighting of her since 2005 when she disappeared. And when Leah Remini did the missing persons case, you know her? No. Okay, Leah Remini she's a celebrity. Have you ever seen King of Queens, the comedy? Well, anyway, she left the church and wrote a book and did a show. She went against the church. And it was because of Shelley Miscavige. They were friends. She went to Tom Cruise's wedding to Katie Holmes, and Shelley Miscavige wasn't there. She was always there. So she asked, where is Shelley? And she got in a bunch of trouble, and that eventually led to her leaving. She's like, this is bullcrap. She was put in as a kid because her parents, what you see in here now is mostly 2nd and 3rd generation. They've been indoctrinated since they were small kids, since they were kids. But she actually put in a missing persons case to the LAPD, and they went up to where she was supposed to be. The only picture they had of her was her driver's license, which isn't very good, and they were supposed to take fingerprints. Well, at the time that they did this, they had those digital fingerprint machines that in every cruiser. They could have used that, but they used the ink and paper, and it was all smudged, so you couldn't see it. So there's people that think some nefarious stuff happens.
Well, we have to head out, but thank you for the
stopping.
information.
Yeah, no problem.
Thank you.
Thanks for stopping.
Bye.
All right. Yeah, I did too. I love. Hey, No Face is here. What's up, No Face? Where are we? Yeah, I fought with it today. Made it vertical. I think I found out I have to have it vertical when I go live. Or horizontal. I think the problem is I'm getting it all ready and I hit live and then I turn and then it wants to yell at me. I hope that works next time. I followed your directions the other day and finally figured out how to go live. I know. It's so easy. It was so easy. I was like, oh my gosh. What the students taught her, she showed and it worked. Yeah. I know. It was so easy. Miscavige sent her away because she knows too much. I don't know what away is, but it sure as hell ain't here. Yeah, I have. Well, here's my opinion. To turn it horizontal before you go live. Okay, that's what I'm doing wrong. Because it was fine for a long time. This is my opinion. Just, I think there are people that don't want to think nefarious stuff. But when I hear, I didn't know Mike Rinder and them were in the hole for 8 years. I just found that out today on the way here, listening to John Atack. And I'm like, anybody that can beat other adult men and put them in a hole and make them sleep on the floor and make them eat out of a bucket, I won't trust for any reason. And who's to say he didn't do something and go the F off? And even, I won't even say it was on purpose. Let's say it was, he beat her. The people that follow him, that are true believers, would help him hide that. And that's just my opinion. I mean, it could be anything. Everybody has their own opinions. There's a lot of people say, you know, she's at that base. But I'm like, because everybody's like, oh, could he or the church condone unaliving? And I'm like, well, he's done almost all the way to that. There was that incident where he told some, I think, Sea Org, he said, see that guy over there? Go run him over with your car. And she did. And he broke his leg, either trying to jump away, jumping onto like it was like a loading dock. Anybody that's going to tell a member to go run somebody over with their car, I don't. No, I don't. I do think is capable of anything. And he knows he's protected. He knows nobody, well, he thinks nobody's going to snitch on him. And a lot of them, even if they got out, and even if they knew, they're not going to say because they were complicit. That's just me and my opinion. Hey, Janet. Oh, awesome. I do a lot of listening in the car. So David is hiding her. It's 20 years. I think it's more than that. No, I don't think he's had any, if she is alive, I don't think he's had any contact with her. I don't think he cares. I think he got rid of her and out of sight, out of mind. But yeah, it could have been, you know, it could be the most obvious thing that he just shipped her off. She's at that base in California where there's not a lot of people. She's happy and it's quiet. I mean, it sounds peaceful. She's not under his thumb anymore. And she thinks she's doing the work for the church. So it does make sense. How about is this musical chairs? It's a crime for them to tell cops anything too. Yeah, I know. Yeah, it's a high crime. That's why they get away with so much stuff. And then I just hear from John Atack today that it's possible there's $2 billion in the bank. I always said $1 billion. I don't know. I don't know if I believe they've made that much money off of people. But who knows what they're investing in? Because remember, David Miscavige lost $30 million investing in some oil futures or something. So they may have been investing this all along to make more money. Nobody knows. I'm hoping she got out and is living a nice, quiet life somewhere. One can only hope. Here's my thing. If she's not around, she's probably better off, you know. If you look at it like that, I guess. If you're like me that believe we go somewhere nice, then, you know, depending the real estate is valuable. Yeah, if you count assets, then yeah, they very well might have $2 billion in the bank, but nobody that's in here knows that.
Oh yeah, good job.
Thanks. Yeah. I mean, 93 buildings in Clearwater. I mean, if they ever needed money, they just sell stuff off. Have they sold off that one in, is it Massachusetts that they have to pay the taxes on now? Or have they started work on it? I haven't heard an update on that. But, yeah, I get people going by. Honestly, if I'm just talking to you guys, they see my sign, I'm happy about that if they don't want to stop and talk. There's a big group over here. Actually, they look similar to the group, a group I've talked to before. On the corner. New Haven, that's right. Connecticut. Oh, okay. I was close. Yeah, show your sign. Oh, my old sign, guys. So, my husband's almost done with my sign, but next weekend, when he was supposed to finish it, his weekend, it's midweek, I need him to help me, he's just going to move everything out of my craft room so I can clean, so that I can start, oh, here she comes again, reorganizing, and I can start filming in there. That's it. So, hopefully, we'll get this sign. Anyway, so I'm going to show you my old sign. This poor thing. It got wet one time. Then I beat it with my cane one day because that guy, and it's tired. It's actually a year old before my channel, because that first week, so it's a year old now, that I just came down and filmed Pearl, I went down to the co-op and got markers and poster board and made signs. Massachusetts org OS is like a shabby clam shack that ran out of clams. Yeah, that's the one thing about this building, is it looks so legitimate. It's a nice building. L. Ron Hubbard bought it, and they occupied it for a while. They had to move out to refurbish it though, to make it an ideal org. We know, and the only reason they could open is they had to bring a bunch of Sea Org down here. Mainly, I think the biggest reason though, the biggest reason is we're out in the middle of nowhere. You know, it's not easy to drive to Austin from other states. It's a long dang drive. That's why I think, but we had a lot of people come. That's why I think other major cities has, you know, easier, more protesters, more collabs, more people visiting. So you have like a bigger thing going on. Because I don't blame people. I mean, just going back home to Ohio, just to get out of the state, and it's 6 hours. And I'm literally so tired, and so, or not tired, I'm so relieved to be out of Texas. We literally will get a hotel in Texarkana. Then the next day I do 10 hours drive, because for some reason I sleep really well in hotels. I think it's I like crisp sheets. It's weird. But, oh, let me put down my hand. My puppy has been out of it this whole time. Does not care. Oh wait, she's tired. I wore her butt out. But it was a lot easier today after yesterday's trial run. But yeah, I know, I've seen that building. I don't even understand buying them and not refurbishing them. I mean, no, I do, because he's doing it to keep OT 9 and 10 out. I do know that. Yeah, I got her. It was 87 degrees when we got here. Can you believe that crap? So I was going to bring Tiny, but he's got a thicker coat, so I think I'm going to save him for when it cools off next week. Next week's going to be in the 50s. 87 today, 50s next week. Clam shack, baby clam shack. I got me a car. It's as big as my lie. I'm about to steal your money or something like that. I know, I haven't heard that story. Oh, fried seafood. Oh my gosh, they got fried seafood all over the place around here. I will never go back to Red Lobster. I had the most horrible experience one time. But there's some other places that we can go to. I used to drive all the way down here to Austin to go to Joe's Crab Shack. But it's not, the last few years, it's not gotten a very good rating. When my daughter was still in high school, we would go. So that was a long time ago. But, so we used to come, when we first got to our area, we didn't have restaurants. We had this small mall. We used to go to another town, a bigger city, to do anything. Or we would have to come all the way down here to do anything fun. To shop and eat and stuff. It took them forever. See, we got there in 93. They started booming a little bit in the early 2000s. And then it was, bam, they started building everything. And they started building houses. Ridiculous amounts of houses. Matter of fact, our sewer system couldn't handle it. They built so many houses so fast. Near the base. Was in a class shack. I was 12. Oh, not here. You have to be... I was mad because when I was 15, my mom was a single mom and we was on food stamps. I needed money and I wanted to get a job besides babysitting. I even went to a horse track and I was willing to muck out stalls. Couldn't work till I was 16. I had to have a work permit signed by my parents. So it depends on what you did to the clams. 12, you slacker. Now, I was working at 8, 9 years old. My best friend's dad was a comic book dealer, and he dealt in gold and silver jewelry from his house. We didn't have a lot of pawn shops and stuff back then, so he would run it almost like a pawn shop sometimes, or he would just buy it. And so us kids got paid $2.50 a week to work for him and help, because he was in a wheelchair. He needed help moving things. These boxes were this long and had 500 comics per box. They were long and skinny, and I had muscles when I was 9. And then he would do the Ohio State Fair and have a booth, and he would do flea markets, and we would go there. Now the cool thing about the state fair is we got in because he had a booth there, and we got to go ride for fun all day by ourselves. I was a little bit older then. I think I was like 10, I think I was 11, 12 before they let us run around the fair. Hey Lily, hot for Austin. For February, for not even Valentine's Day yet, yes, it's hot. This is ridiculous. I didn't even know it was going to be this hot today. Yesterday it was 80. I was like, that's cool. And then I go to leave and I'm like, what's the temperature? I'm like, oh my gosh. Oh, it's ridiculous. Yeah, I think I got all of my conversating out at the, hey Scootermom, if you have time, just go watch the beginning. As I walked up, first of all, they already closed up. I'm wondering, because they were open when I drove by. So I don't know if one of them saw me. It's possible. Sometimes they're getting food and they might see me. But they were already pulling blinds. The table was gone and the doors were closed. But there was this big group sitting here. And then I figured out at the end, later on, they had one of those movie tickets. I think they were debating whether to go in or not. So they had body routers somewhere handing out tickets. I took it from them. And they put one up there on the wall. Right there, stuck in the sign. I won't touch that one, but I took the other one. And it was a big group of young men, and we talked. And the one dude, he was like, you know, it's all new for the first time. And then there was another group, I think it was 3 women that walked up, and I thought she was listening, but then she was like, I said something about live streaming. Am I on camera? I'm like, well, it's pointed towards them. She goes, well, I think I was over there. Can you take me off? I'm like, well, not right now. I'm live streaming. And so then I pointed at the camera right there. I go, you're already being videotaped right there. Meaning, I didn't go into the whole thing about there's no expectation of privacy when you're in public. So she left in a bit of a huff. But can't go tomorrow. They're closed. Oh. That's cool. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah, it wasn't weird to work. I started babysitting at 12. Funny story. That's how Tom and I probably got together. Because, so I started babysitting and we lived, so after in middle school, my mom got divorced for the third time. And we moved. And we were in a fourplex apartment townhouse thing in high school. Well, at 12, well, before that. So at 12, I started babysitting for somebody in the apartments. He had a 6-year-old boy, and he was a single, and he liked to go out on the weekends. So, and he would pay me extra to do his dishes and stuff. And so in high school, my junior year, just before Christmas break, I was supposed to go babysit, and he came to the school. So during football games, we would do, I was in Navy Junior ROTC, we would do the color guard at the game, and then we had our room where we would change, and he came to pick me up. And Tom goes, dude, hi, I'm not gonna say his name. And I'm like, you guys know each other? The guy I was babysitting for was his brother-in-law through his brother's marriage. It was her brother. And he was like, do you want to go with her and hang out? So he came babysitting with me, and we'd been really good friends, but we really hit it off that night. We started dating. And I told his brother-in-law that later when we saw him at events and family stuff. I was like, you're the reason we got together. I had jobs other than babysitting by the time I was 14. Yeah. Like I said, I wanted to work, but they were a stickler about that work permit in Ohio. Yeah, different times back then. I don't think I was getting paid enough for that guy. I got $2.50 a week. Now, it was the late 70s. But, I mean, they had me weed eat. They had me help him move, heavy boxes around and pack up, go to the flea market, unpack. I think I should have got paid more than that. It was common for young people to have jobs early then. Yeah. Yeah, it wasn't unusual. Working on farms, all that stuff. There's a lot of youngsters around here that get up to a lot of mischief. Kind of feel bad for them as they mainly bored rather than bad. That's true. With these confirmations through Trump, RFK Jr. wants to be in charge of health. And he said that we spend the most money on health care, and we have the worst chronic disease in the United States. And childhood obesity is through the roof. And I know, and I'm the same way though. I mean, I was never inside. I was always outside. I would ride my bike miles. Problem is, it's too scary to let your kids do that stuff anymore. I honestly didn't even like them being out in my yard without me out there, because part of it was near the street. We had a work-study program at my high school, so you could leave early. Yeah, we did too, and you got credit for it. Yeah, we did too. I have ideas on signs. Give them to me, because I'm about to be making all my new signs. I've got like 6 pieces of poster board, and I'm gonna do both sides. They're gonna be laminated so they don't get, and then I'm gonna Velcro them to the base so I can change them out every time I come. I can have a different sign. So email me if you've got ideas. I'll take it. Yeah, walking and hiking. Yeah. In high school, when we didn't have cars, we would, on the weekend, we would pack lunches and go ride our bikes out in the boondocks all day. And Tom and I, when I probably never told you guys this story. I mentioned it the other day a little. So we didn't have cars when we started dating. And he was being bused from this little town to my town to the high school. And it was 10 miles. And I would ride my bike 10 miles to go visit with
Excuse
him.
me.
Yes.
Why is Scientology cool?
Because they don't let their Sea Org members leave. You have to work for them till you die.
I'm very uneducated. What is
Right.
the Sea
There's
Org?
3 level of members, okay? You have the public that come in and pay all this money to take the courses. There's no deity. There's no like God or anything. It's
Okay.
about the science.
Sure.
Tom
Scientology.
Cruise, John Travolta, they're the public. They're the ones that pay for these nice
I went
buildings.
into a
Then you have
Scientology
staff
building.
that's
Can you
too.
explain to me what Scientology was?
She went to Scientology
One
once.
time I had to go for a project, and I had to go talk to them.
She'd go for SMU project. They made her.
No,
Let me
it
tell
wasn't
you
an
about
SMU
the
project.
Sea Org.
Tell me about the public.
This
I had to
is-
do it in high school.
It's okay. I'm. So
I had to do
the
it
Sea
in
Org is the
fucking
slave
high
labor,
school, you guys.
and they're usually
Mog.
they're put in at 12 to 14 years old by their family,
Sure.
taken out of school. They sign a billion-year contract
The girl
because they
that I
believe they live
talked to
multiple lives. You have
when
to
I
work
went
for
into
them
the
till you die.
Scientology building,
You're not allowed to leave.
said that she
And that's
was
when you go
involved
in
in
the vest.
drugs.
Well,
and
you have gold
Scientology
vest, that's
saved
staff.
her.
Now
So
they
she went to
can go home
Scientology
later,
and
and they're
saved
supposed
her.
to get $200 a week. But if they don't make money, which they're not, because I'm here, they don't get paid and have to have a second job after 110. Yeah, they won't pay you.
So basically,
So Sea Org, let me get to the Sea Org. They're the ones that they won't let leave. So the Sea Org is a military arm of Scientology that the original founder in the 60s created because he wanted to buy some ships and be like he had a navy.
oh, we're on
Anyway,
Hold on.
they can get married, but they can't have kids. If they get pregnant, they will bust you to the clinic. You can be married, but they don't care. They'll send your spouse to another country for 5 years. They don't care about family.
checking
And when you get too old to work for them, then they put you in a home and take out credit cards in your name without you knowing. And because when you die, the credit cards disappear. Well, Mike Brown, if you take a picture of this, these are a bunch of ex-members I learned all this from that were put in as children, 7, 8, 9 years old, and sea cadets. No education, manual labor, dealing with asbestos. Anyway, Mike Brown, when he left, he went in the Army. When he found out where his mom was last year,
She's been on here.
like 20 years after
Thank
he
you for
left,
making us.
he went and
We've been on here for an
Special
hour and a
Forces
half,
broke her out,
basically.
and she found out she was
Thank you for joining,
$160,000 in debt.
guys.
There's no medical
Support this
care,
girl.
and
Give a
Sea Org
like.
only gets
Give a
$50 a
like.
week. They feed them
Give
and
a
house them,
follow.
but we know in Chicago they have 8 people to a studio apartment, and the maintenance
We
guy
love
said their
you.
toothbrushes
Guys,
are moldy
comment.
because
Comment
they
if
don't
you
get
can
there
hear
for
me.
$50 a
All
week.
12
they're
of
not
you,
making
I
money.
see you.
Okay.
So,
I appreciate
Okay.
the education.
Thank you so
Yeah.
much.
Fascinating.
So
Say,
basically,
hey,
Just
girl.
people that I've
you
listened
enjoyed.
to, they've
Hey,
escaped
girl,
from
if you
some
can hear me.
cars, they've been run
Comment
off the
right now,
road,
guys.
they've been pulled, they've
Ooh.
been found at bus stations and
Guys,
drugged back.
comment. Hey,
So when I
girl.
say they can't leave,
You
I
can
mean they
see
will
and hear
physically
me?
restrain
Oh,
them.
wow.
Okay.
Sounds like the
And
Bronx.
they're not allowed to
She's
look at the
explaining
internet or
Scientology.
ask any questions.
better than
is
the
it fair
Scientology
if I
building.
say fuck Scientology?
Oh yeah.
In high school.
Fuck them.
Okay, wait. Bye, guys. I love you. I'll see you later.
Go on. We were can I say one thing?
They were commenting. They're listening.
Yeah, I got somebody in Ireland on here.
Fuck
and
Scientology, by the way.
That's what we're here
There we
for.
go. Okay. Thank you.
All right. I have no idea what she was saying. I couldn't hear her. Thanks, Scooter Mom. I always wonder if y'all can hear me. What was she doing? Yeah, we see you. What the heck was she saying? She was just in there, man. She didn't look like she was being too facetious, so I kind of let her go. That's what I figured. They were acting a little goofy.
20 seconds.
She didn't mind the camera. That's okay. So she went inside. There's a lot of people that like it. It's a big deal that they went inside. I've had people, are they going to kidnap me? I'm like, no, just don't give me real information. I'm like, no, they're not that bad. Not. That's funny. I can't believe how calm she's been. Maybe because it's the second time she's been here. But she was like this before. As long as there wasn't a lot of... There's less road noise and less people. So she's probably more relaxed. She hasn't wanted to get out at all. There's only one spot of grass between where I park and here. There's a tree on it, so there's like 3 feet. I have to make sure she goes there. That was funny, I know. We do get some funny people in here, you guys. Whew. There's no breeze. When there's a breeze, the heat's fine. They were naughty. Yeah, I know. Yeah, my channel got hijacked, Lady Smurf. I know, I was like, but they were listening. So I figured if it was too salacious, I can cut that out later. I'll go back and listen. They're funny. But they were trying to leave. I'm like, no, let me get to the end. I at least got to get that part out. Yeah, that was funny. They were definitely in a good mood. Oh, that's so sweet. What time is it for you, Irish? I don't know what the difference is. Yeah, I didn't even see him. I was talking to the guy that was like right behind this end, and he was the one that was engaging with me, so I didn't even see what he was doing. Or they had like 5 people, I think. They were like, they encircled me. Thank goodness they were smiling, because it would have made me nervous. Oh, okay. Okay, it's evening for you. Okay. I've had to deal with that a lot in the past, but it was usually Korea or Iraq with Tom. And so it was like the opposite time. So he would literally call me in the middle of the night because it was day for him. I'm like, I need my sleep, guy. I am at 5:11 p.m. So 6 hours difference. Oh, well, that's nice. Most of you already are. But somebody's smoking near me. I am so sensitive. They can be so far away and I'll still smell it. 6 hours, yeah, something. My son wants to go to Ireland so much. He had a girlfriend in the Navy that was from Ireland. He started sounding like her. But they broke up. My son's never been married. He's had a lot of girlfriends. He's 37 now. Yeah, they both have their birthday in January. And so I get, people are like, when's your daughter's birthday? I have to think about it, think I'm weird. 5 years and 8 days apart. So he turned 37. So that makes her 32. Yeah, it does. I would love to just go and stay in a cottage. Be peaceful. I wouldn't even care about doing all the touristy stuff.
How you doing?
All right.
It's a cult?
Yes.
Explain to me.
So they have 3 levels of members, and their bottom level, so you have the public that pay for the services and give them all the money and stuff.
Yeah.
But if you don't have $150,000 to give them for all their stuff,
Yeah.
then you become their slave labor force called the Sea Org, and you sign your life away. You sign a 1 billion-year contract, and you have to work for them until you die.
You're serious.
And if you try to leave, they've had people escape in trunks of cars. They've ran off the road. They've come to bus stations to drag them back.
Shit.
I know. And that's why, and if you're in the Sea Org, you can get married, but they might send your spouse away for 5 years because they don't care about families. And if you get pregnant, they bus you to the clinic because they don't want you to have a distraction to the work you're doing. And they work 110 hours a week for $50 a week. They do
And you know
feed-
this how?
ex-survivors that have escaped and told me their stories on YouTube.
Wow.
They all have channels.
You
Yeah.
got a YouTube channel?
Yeah, I'm on right now. I'm live streaming. I have a lot of regulars that come help me and watch, but what I'm here for is to educate you guys.
Yeah, that's
because
what
the
I'm
leader
saying.
bought this building 55 years ago on purpose because it was across from the university. That leader has since passed and a new a-hole took over. But the Sea Org, they work 7 days a week.
Put it on your YouTube channel,
All
please.
right. Thank you.
Yeah, I'm serious.
Thank you. Then come up. no results. Am I on YouTube?
Yeah, hold on. Let me go to the other YouTube. I'm probably.
But
What's
yeah,
up?
yeah. They and part of the reason I'm here because most of the people you see in there are second and third generation,
Yeah.
and they've been indoctrinated since
Now
kids.
try that.
All right, there we go. There we go.
Yeah, that's crazy.
There I am.
Okay. Hell yeah.
There I am.
All right, yeah.
Yep. See that's
Hell
right
yeah.
now.
Let's do it. Come on.
All right.
All right, yeah.
Thanks
Thank
for
you.
stopping.
Yeah, thank you.
Got a new subscriber. Cool beans. I usually won't look at people's vacation pictures, but I make an exception for Ireland. Yeah. They look sad. So I am getting a kind of a... People have like more time to talk to me on Saturday. Hey, Lori Marie. How are you doing? Hey, Lexianne. All right, you're a member. Right on. Appreciate it. Appreciate all the memberships. It does help. I don't get a lot, but it's helpful. I still haven't turned on ad revenue yet. Okay, so a dude came by that was a little interesting. Handed me the raisins, said some really weird stuff that didn't make any sense, and left. So I was on my guard. I just took him and said thank you. He's at the end, I don't know if you heard him, but he said, so he pointed at this glass right here, and he said, you know, I won't help men, but if I'll help a woman, and if somebody drives up here in their car through this glass, I'll be here. Maybe that happened one time. It's kind of like he was and luckily he left after that. That's the thing about standing on the street in a major city. You're gonna get some fun people. Lori Marie. Yeah. I'm getting better at trying to keep my guard up because I've let a couple people get way too close that shouldn't have. My husband's in security, so he'll watch it and be like, you shouldn't have done that. I'm just, you know, I'm not the kind of person, you know, I'll talk to anybody. My keyboard's not cooperating. Oh, I understand. Because when I'm watching, even if lately I've been watching on my laptop, but I'm in bed, right, laying down. The laptop I keep on this cardboard box. It's a ramen box. If you've ever bought a case of ramen, so it's about that big. So it gets air. It is super hard to type. So I have to get, either if I'm on the tablet or I'm on the computer, I have to get out my phone to type. And it's ridiculous because it's more narrow than my old phone. So typos don't bother me, guys, at all. Now on my keyboard, I just got my ergonomic keyboard. I used to type 71 words a minute, because that was 15 years ago. So now that I have my keyboard, I was able to type up. There's some things I've been waiting on to type up. A wireless keyboard. Yeah, mine's wireless too. I actually bought it for the new job because I realized I have trouble with the regular keyboards. I need the ergonomic that I had at work. So I bought one. And it's working pretty well. Thank you. I keep forgetting she's even down here. She's been so quiet. She doesn't care. She was like my other dog that passed away. She didn't care where we went. She just wanted to go. Typos anger me. Yo, wow. 100 words per minute. Oh, see, I haven't used it a lot, so I'm hoping I don't have trouble. 71 was fast when I did it. Dang, 100. Fat thumbs and nails. Phone keyboards are the bane of my existence. That's another reason I got this keyboard. I used to be able to type with long nails. As long as it has those high keys, because my nail will go on the front side of the key, and I'm fine, because I want to put my nails back on. Or so I typed. I had nails. I didn't have long nails. I kept them, decent. Yeah, I was happy at 75. I know, right? And what made me mad was we had to do a typing test to get the job. Then they decided after I'd been there a few years, everybody had to go to the workforce commission and do another typing test. What we were a contract at the police station on the base, working in the crime records. Here's the thing: you didn't type paragraphs to put the report into the computer. It was boxes that you checked and you filled out a word here, tab word here, over here. The only part you would type is the officer's narrative, which was never more than a paragraph. So they didn't understand that what we needed from people was comprehension of the reports themselves, not typing speed. And they brought us to, well, the second guy didn't stay long, but they brought us an autistic girl who was super smart and could type fast, but she couldn't comprehend the different reports. Because we had to change things that the officers put in wrong, like offense codes and stuff, because these might go to court. So what he didn't understand was the fast typing wasn't necessary. I was a secretary, so I typed constantly and got 100, but now I'm probably 50. Lori Marie, yeah, oh man, I don't even know where I'm at. When I left high school, I was at 15. I practiced on my own to get my speed up and then use it for work. That was smart. I took typing in high school, and they were just starting computer classes my senior year, and I didn't take them. That was 87. So, yeah. Tom hates typing. He does the pecking. So when he was a sergeant and he had to write counseling statements, I would type them for him because there's a lot of typing. Yeah. I was like, what are these computers? Oh, I don't need that. Wish I would have. Now my grandkids are 11 and 12 and coding in middle school. Isn't that amazing? Hey, David. Good, okay. Thanks for being here. Carriage typewriters. Yeah, I think mine was an electric typewriter. Uh-oh. Pretty girl. I had to make sure Petunia wasn't going to jump out. I don't have her. Oh, I do have her tied a little bit. Did you see last live, David? I had you as a sponsor. Just, I can't, it's hard for me. I'm just picking names off the member list and throwing it in there. So, especially if you've been here a lot. I appreciate it. So everybody's going to get one. Because even if you're not a member, you guys support this channel and make it, I was thinking about that on the way here. That's cool. I saw that I was thinking on the way here today. I was like, I don't know how I got on the topic, because I was listening to John Atek and I would wander and then have to rewind. But I was like, I think I was thinking about, tonight I wanted to talk to regulars about my 1-year anniversary, and I was thinking about my regulars, you guys. And I was like, I used to say, if nobody watched my channel, I would still come out. Yeah. But I wonder if I would. Because what makes it doable is you guys coming in. I don't care if it's just a handful. Talking to you guys makes the time go by, and I like talking to people on the street too. So I wonder. I say that, and I think I do mean it. I think I still would come because I still talk to people on the street. Because my other thought process was, what if I lost my channel? Would I still come? I think I would. I do, because standing here with the sign is what is important. So what brought this up is I was watching, I popped into some lives, and somebody in Clearwater was protesting, and there was somebody in there pro-Scientologist. But I didn't know that this first comment I saw, and he said that standing out there protesting doesn't stop anyone from going into Scientology. It's not worth it. I don't know why you do it, or something like that. I don't remember. And that's when I popped in. I hadn't even said hi. Sometimes I don't, because I just hang out and lurk. But so I said, you're absolutely right. I said his name. I said, you're absolutely right. As a protester, I know that standing out here with my sign probably doesn't stop anyone or from going in. I didn't say why I thought that, just because nobody goes in. I said, but people, when people see my sign, they don't even know that they're there until they see my sign, and it gets the information out to people. Something like, I can't remember everything I said, but it was something like that. And then I found out he was being a troll, and I was like, and my husband was sitting next to me going, oh, say this, talk about Danny Masterson attacking women, blah, blah, blah. I go, no, I don't want to engage the troll. We all got, you know how we got rid of him? You guys might have been in this chat. Somebody was like, oh, trolls be trolling. I'm like, oh, we love trolls. They help with the interaction on the channel. And a couple other people said something similar, and then he was gone. That's why I'm nice to him. Yeah, it was Aaron's chat, Lori. Yeah, it was. Okay, bye, David. Thanks for stopping. Yeah, I still have my earbud in my... I gotta finish John Atac's interview on the way home. And I listened to the second part on the way here. And it wasn't as much stuff as I wanted to write down, because it was a lot more of the history and stuff and things that happened. But I'm gonna go ahead and I think buy the book from John Atack, because he said something today. I felt I wanted to. He said he's not making any money on the books. He said, but somebody in the chat said that his book helped them, like, detach from Scientology. They didn't say get out. I think it was after they got out, but it helped them see, you know, how ridiculous it was. I don't remember the exact words. And he says, well, that makes all the difference. He said, because I don't make any money on my book. So what I'm going to ask y'all to do, if you're going to follow along, is if you have Kindle Unlimited, just go download it, the free version, because I'm assuming that even when you get it for free for Kindle, that he gets something for that. Not probably the price of a full book. So I want to buy the book because, like I told you guys before, I want to read it ahead of time and determine, do we need to read every word, and I don't want to have to do it on a screen. I love books. Y'all saw my bookshelves before. The signs bring awareness of the cult's presence. Those in the cult do not care, right? But those unaware of the cult become aware. That's what I said. That's similar to the vein of what I was saying. I didn't go, because I've said this before. I've had people walk by, see my sign, and go, I didn't even know they were here, because their sign is so high up. And, you know, people walk around. I was getting caught up on Bareface Messiah this afternoon. I haven't even started that yet. So Lori, we were supposed to start it this Sunday. I didn't know it was Super Bowl. So the 23rd, which is my anniversary of my channel, we're starting A Piece of Blue Sky by John Atack. That's because we just finished Dianetics. Oh, that was an eye-opener. I find that with our signs when I'm out protesting too. I got a Kindle. Yeah, I know you downloaded it. I know you did. So I want to help him out, you know. He's done a lot of work. A lot of work. Because not only did he write many books, and he's writing another one, he has done I heard him talk about it just a little, but he's done deprogramming even of other cults, and he's been an expert witness in cases. We were outside. Oh, I remember that the hotel in December. It was amazing how many people came up and asked us if they were in the hotel. Hey, Rachel, what's up? Ohio? Is that OH or just O? Yeah, he is smart. He is totally smart. And I think, he was able to get into it differently because he said he was never Sea Org, he was never staffed. And then he eventually went into the independent Scientology missions or movement. So I don't think and he had questions early on. So I don't think he was as indoctrinated. So I think when he got out, he was able to pursue, researching, and he got all that stuff from that journalist. But he also did a lot of work making sure that stuff, if he could look back and prove or disprove some of it. So that guy's got so much more to say. It's amazing. I've watched 2 of his interviews with Andrew Gold, and now I'm about to finish the second part of Natalie's interview, and you still get new stuff from him. And he has books. That's half of probably why he's not making any money. Because he goes on these interviews and tells us everything that's in his books. Which I think is great. I think I'm gonna... I have Kindle on my phone. Whoa! I'm not on the flat part of the sidewalk. Let me look real quick. Because I didn't look at if I was going to purchase it or not. Oh, I want to go on Amazon. A Piece of Blue Sky. Okay, to buy the book, it's about $13. Now, why is this one? So there's one that's 13. There's one that's 55. Weird. Oh. Paperback 53. Must be out of print. Hardcover 22. Well, I like hardcovers better anyway. Let's see. But there was more offers than that. Hold on. That's not too bad. Oh, here's one, $13.93. Yeah, I think I'll buy it. I still haven't broke open Brian's book yet. I sat it behind my Chase and kind of forget that it's over there. I need to go grab it and read it. I like poetry. He said you can read it really fast. It's not a very long read. I'm saying, yeah, but poetry is something you read more than once. Eventually. OH10. Oh, Ohio, yeah. Let's sell them. Yep, make sure it's let's sell them a piece of blue sky. Yeah, I will. Cool. I try to be very careful about what and read the reviews and everything before I purchase anything. And yet I'm not up on the reviews of products I've bought, and I rely on reviews when I buy things. I have a bunch of books on Kindle, but I don't really like Kindle. Half tempted to print them out, but don't want to waste more trees. I know. It's an OSU thing when you see another fan. Oh, you're right. You're right. I knew that. I've been gone for a long time now. I'm the only one in my house that watches the Buckeye games. Because I'm from very near Columbus. Matter of fact, I was in Navy Junior RTC, and the rifle team would drive up once or twice a week for their practice and use the Ohio State gun range. after the military ball or the prom, we drove all the way up there to see the midnight showing of Rocky Horror Picture Show. That's cool. That's cool. You're from Ohio. I have the two hats I wear are both Buckeye hats. Try Reed Arrow. Oh, back to what you were saying, Scootermom, about having the sign outside. I even said that too. You know, you luckily, because you had a reason to be there too. You were in front of a whole different set of people that you wouldn't normally get on the street too. Oh, we're starting to get a lot of traffic. It's dinner time. That's awesome. So I'm getting a lot of people wanting to stop, so I might stay a little longer than I expected. Because they're not in a hurry to get to class today, so I've had a couple people stop. There's a big crowd coming. I know, it is cool. You guys don't get to see it all the time, but I get a lot of thumbs up, people going by. The one thing I get a lot is they're all a cult, and I'm like, no, they're not. I'm like, most religions you can leave. I'm getting a lot of people coming. Either that or something let out. What time is it? 5:36. Yeah. Either something let out or everybody's going to get something to eat. I brought my chair thinking I would need it, but it's been alright. It wasn't that hot. She's so dead asleep. Does not care. I like it. I've seen a couple people have gone in today. I haven't had the gumption to yell today. People are stopping on their own. I don't. Normally when I do it at 5, it's because I know they're walking by. But it's Saturday and I don't want to deter anybody from wanting to stop and talk to me. So if I start yelling loud, they might not stop. I mean, distracted me. One guy tried the door while I was walking by. I thought he was going in. I'm just screwing around. So quiet. It's so weird. Yeah, I know you don't yell. And I don't really much either. It's just when I do that corner for a few minutes, I get on top of them about stuff I'm hoping they'll go look up, or it might stick in their brain, but I get on them about, you've heard me a bunch of times. I need to come up with something else. I could talk about why it's a cult loudly. I could say they have a slave labor force called SEOR that has to sign $1 billion. I could yell that. I just got to make it quick. That's the thing. Quick and something they want to look up, or it might get them to go look up Scientology. And we know we have inundated the internet with us. We're getting more response than Scientology is anymore. Yes, definitely. So that's why I only do it that few minutes, because I'm pretty sure nobody wants to stop. They're done with it for the day and want to go home. And I get a lot of car traffic. I'm going to get better signs than this, so it's all the stuff's on my dining room table. I got to get it done. So the next time I come to Austin, I can get them laminated. So my whole sign setup is going to be waterproof, and unlike this poor thing, I cannot believe I still have this a year later. I started talking about that new sign, I swear, last March. Procrastination, I swear. If I get anything out of Tom on his weekend because he wants to sleep, I'm like, there's so many other things I need from him that I'd let it go. He hasn't called me yet about the shirts. It's weird. Looks like the crowd kind of left. Trying to fix my song. I'm getting close to the 2-hour mark. I think I'm gonna go soon. It's so nice out now. I want to. I'll give it a few more minutes to see if some crowds come by. Hold on, I gotta stretch. I need to stretch. What is this guy doing? What? That was weird. Couldn't get it turned around enough. I'll just leave it there for a little while. Do some people watching. So over on this side, just past the next light down there is like a Target, and that's like the only grocery they have here, unless you go all the way to the end down there and there's a 7-Eleven, and that's all they have. If somebody came by here, okay, I'm gonna text you the sizes I need and the colors. Hey, Scooter Mom, do you want a white background or black? I'm getting both. Alright. Let's see. White is good, okay. Sorry, guys. Let's see, what's another base color I could get? So I got black and white. Oh, that's okay. Black small, okay. If you guys don't buy it later, that's fine. I'll keep them for an auction. I've never done tie-dye before. I'm following the direction and what Dusty's teaching. So I'm not charging very much, just enough to cover the materials. And I will show it to you before I send it. Did you say white or black? Black stone. That'll work. All right. I can always get more t-shirts later. That's what I'm going to start with. She's awake now. And I also bought, if you weren't here earlier, a kit of just the puff paint to put words on it. So if you want any word on it, let me know. I'm going to put my channel on the back of mine so people can see it.
I'm a little nervous because, like,
Maybe front and back, we'll see.
I really want
Thanks, Cricket. Alright, I sent you a message. I think it's 10 shirts total that I put on there. So,
Yeah.
I hope they have them all in stock. Thanks.
I mean, you know. I really.
Hey, Hellgear. What's up? Yeah, every time I think about leaving, because it's Saturday, more groups go by, and I've had a lot of people stop today. It's been pretty good, and they're in less of a hurry than when they're running to and from class. How are you doing, Hellgear? Oh, okay. That's fine. That's cool. I appreciate it. I'm the same. I'm amazed y'all stick with me the whole 2 hours. I do it sometimes. I do a lot of same thing. I'll put it on a tablet or something and then just pop in and out sometimes. But lately I've been trying to get to more channels that I'm not regularly on to give them some traffic and just to see what's going on. Because one of the things I said is I can't really speak on any of the to-do that goes on, especially if between people that have like an offline relationship, because I don't know anything. I only have a little bit of information about things. I'm down here in Texas all by myself. So I don't, Hitzel and Pearl Snappy, I mean, we text each other. Well, I haven't even talked to Pearl Snappy since her court stuff. But I mean, like the other day I did text Hitzel because I thought I was going to try to come on Saturday. Hey, are you going? What time? But rarely we even do that. Yeah, Hilger. Yeah, me too. I do like some of the craft stuff though. It's gotten me motivated to get my craft room in order. I literally have not been in there since I hurt my back, so about 6 years. And pulling the bracelets out and putting them in the auction too. But it was everybody getting creative and me getting the itch again. Because I do more than I do jewelry. I sew. Those are the two things I do. I bought acrylic paints and canvas a while back. It's abstract. I can't do people or draw. I haven't actually done it yet. But I have this really cool thing. I think I found it like Goodwill or something. And it's a travel easel. It holds all your paints. And it's like a case. It's really nice. Because I want to go outside and do it. Art streams, yeah. Yeah, and see, I was supposed to do that. Moose on the Loose. I've heard of Moose on the Loose. Now, here's another thing I need to get with you, Scootermom, because you're in the know about small channels. The problem I'm having is people in the chat have one name, but their channel is a different name, and I'm not sure who they are. Or there are some people that haven't wanted to be on the sptv.space list that I want to go watch. So I'm going to have to ask you for some of those. Yeah. Oh, yeah, I heard they were doing their Super Bowl ad for sure. Yeah, my dad lived in New Orleans for 14 years. So we went down there and visited him a couple times. It was great. He actually worked on Canal Street at one of the hotels in security. Oh, that's awesome. He got pamphlets. That's great. I need to do that before it gets too hot. I need to travel. I need to go, because I know they're doing it. I need to go up to Cedar Park and hit different. They seem to like shopping malls, outdoor ones, strip malls, restaurants, that kind of thing. I need to go back up there and do a traveling live stream. The cover for the paper is not even substantial. It's regular paper. Yeah, that's like what I've got. Oh my gosh, but couldn't carry him. Hey, Nisa. Only that her case has come to a conclusion. Other than that, I haven't heard or seen anything since. Is she okay? Yeah. So I only got the one box. Hitzel got like 7 boxes. And I've been putting my channel name on the box. But yeah, it's just, this is the personality test in their little box. Nothing on it says Scientology, obviously. I thought I was out, but I'm not. Skimping on the printing. Of course. Selfless did a drum and rant. Okay. I'll go check it out. Yeah, what sucks about what happened to Selfless makes me mad, because I guess his resolution was he can't be near the person in the RO. And I'm like, somebody said it before I did, if he goes to another org, they'll just, like, permanently, if he moves or something, they'll just move that person. So that sucks. Yeah. Hold on. Oh. To go to Cracker Barrel on crappy roads. Never put it in 4-wheel drive. But yeah. Okay, so this is what I heard, that there were 2 charges that they tried to put into one, and I think I was listening to Dodge, I think, where I heard it. So I was there the day they're talking about this incident. So she stands still behind her tripod. Now, I know she comes out and she does things, but when I was here with her early on, she stayed behind her camera. And look at this sidewalk, y'all. Do you see how big this sidewalk is? Let me show you. You guys have seen it, but I'm going to show you. So she was standing clear. She always stood clear back here. So this person had to come clear from over here, clear to over there, okay? And he came out with his phone recording and got right up in her face. Now, her tripod is between them. Well, I think he came around, because I had walked up. I may have that, she may have used my video of it, I don't know. Because I told her, anything you want, I'll testify. Hi, do you have any questions? Anyway, so he came out with his phone and was putting it in her face. Well, she had her bullhorn then, and she turned on the siren in his face to get him to back up. He came at her. Now, the other stuff, and I was here when they had the security guards. It was the security guards that went and filed these charges, disturbing the peace and something else. So this guy, I guess, testified and tried to say that he was afraid and blah, 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 blah. And any video showed he came at her. So I guess they didn't even, I don't know if they even listened to him or what, but they dismissed part of it. They dismissed that part, whatever part that was. And then they tried to get the disturbing the peace with the bullhorn. But at that time, they were playing their music on their speaker. And I guess it was asked, well, weren't you playing your music loud on a speaker? And I know she got a decimal meter at some point. So anyway, all she had to end up doing was pay a fine of $125, and that's it. She can protest. I think that's right. My memory isn't always the greatest, but that's what I kind of remember. But I'm sure she's probably posted about it, or Dodge did. He did a little update. And then, but Selfless had the same thing. I don't know if he didn't get a good lawyer or what the heck happened there, because I don't know his incident. I wasn't there. And I think it was later than those. And he had to, he did like a plea deal. Or, I don't know, well, actually, I don't know if it was a plea deal. I don't know if that was how it ended. It just ended with, he cannot be near that particular person that's in Scientology, like within so many feet. So if that person is in the org that he wants to protest that, he can't go there. So, of course, the first thing that was said was, well, if he moves to another org or tries to protest, they'll just move him. He never should have gotten in her face like that. It was self-defense. Anyone would say that. Yeah, that part they dropped because it was, yeah, that was the total truth. She said she used her siren because she was afraid. He came right up at her. I'll go see if I can clip that out, because I was like, they pulled him off. They had to come out and pull him off. He was a public. So they drug his butt way back inside. So the fact that even her video would have shown it, but hopefully she used mine too. And there was other people here. I wasn't the only one here. I think Hitzel might have been here. But they had to come out, and you look, it's probably 25, 30 feet. He came out, and then they literally had to drag him back in. Yeah. So she got like a misdemeanor fine ticket thing. No big deal. It doesn't affect her protesting or what she's doing. Which I'm glad to hear. Now somebody told me you only have 5. Why? What happened? We can get different colors. Did they not have enough colors? A couple of those are for me.
Oh shoot, I didn't know this was you.
Did they have them maybe in other colors? Because I can use a different base color and then use different colors over that. And I like the spiral and the sunburst. Anybody that's actually wanting a shirt, I'll show you in the pamphlet that came with the tie-dye all the different designs. No medium. Wow. It's because they're on sale. That's okay. I'll go back and get more. Because they're only $6.99, I think, full price. I think. They're not very expensive. But I've worn them. My yellow shirt is from Hobby Lobby, and my pink shirt is from Hobby Lobby. And you know what? There's a stain on my pink shirt, so I don't wear it. I'm going to use that for tie-dye. No black 2X. I wanted black 2X. I wanted a white and a black. Because I saw Dusty do one with black background. It was cool. I liked it. That's okay. I can always make mine later. Did you get the 3X though? That's the important one. Man, I'm hungry, y'all. I don't ever eat before I come. And I woke up late too. Cool. Awesome. Okay, good. Let's see. Alright, bye Cricket. Thanks for sticking around. Let's see. We are at 6 on a Saturday. So traffic won't be bad on a Saturday. I'm gonna go too. I'm hungry. And I forgot to make a sandwich. I'm gonna go down here and get pizza or something. Tom, do you want some pizza? It'll be cold by the time I get there. Tom, did you hear me? Do you want some pizza? It'll be cold when I get home, but you can reheat it. No? Okay. 'Cause if I leave now, 6, I'll be home by 7:30. He doesn't leave for work till 9. So, yeah, whole pizza's good. I have to be careful at this place because I think I got food poisoning one time. I got sick. So, what it is it's called the Dollar Slice Club. And they sell by the slice. You can get a whole pizza, but it's by the... So they have these pre-made pizzas on the counter. And some of them look like they've been out for a while. And it can get hot back there. They're right by the oven. So then what they do is they take the piece and they put it back in the oven to heat it up, which I like. I love crispy pizza on the bottom. It's fairly thin. It's like New York style, I think, which is thin and big. They're big pieces. Anyway, I got sick. I got the meat lovers one time. So now I look at them and I get whatever looks fresh. If it doesn't look fresh, I'm out. So that's what happened. That's why I didn't end up at the eye doctor Friday or coming here, because Tom calls me Thursday night, Friday morning about 1 a.m. It was Friday. And he's sick. He's like, I think I might have to come home. And I'm like, why? He's like, I can't get away from the bathroom. And he has to go on patrols in the car. He's like, I can't do that. I said, well, I go, it's 1 o'clock in the morning. And you know, it's going to be hard for them to call somebody in. I know. And just call the boss and tell him, look, you'll stay, but you just can't do your patrols. And he's like, and they were cool with that because they knew they weren't going to be able to get somebody in. And then like an hour later, I was still awake. I started feeling nauseous. And Friday all day, I was in the bathroom. So we don't eat the same things. So it was really difficult for us to figure out what it might be because it didn't feel like stomach flu. I've had that a lot in Texas. It's so hot here, it goes around and it doesn't die off. The only thing we can attribute it to is the grapes that we bought. I'm a stickler for never touching fruit till it's been washed. I soak it in baking soda powder and water. I researched what was the best thing to soak fruits and vegetables in. So whenever I get produce, that's what I do. Even oranges and bananas, because you got to touch the outside of that before you eat it. So, and I was in the store one day, I watched some lady knock off a bunch of kale, fresh kale, onto the nasty floor and then put it back. That is why I am a germaphobe. And I took it and I put it off to the side so nobody would grab it. So rinsing with water is not enough either. So I ate 1 grape at the store to check to see if they tasted good. He ate a handful after we got home before we washed them. And that's the only thing we ate that was the same that might have been contaminated. So I'm like, well, we just have to take our chances with grapes now. And it wasn't severe. Like, my husband's had really bad food poisoning before where, it was bad. Yeah, that's not good. And see, I get on him. If I see him eating the grapes and stuff before I watch, I'm like, don't do that. You don't know what's happened with them grapes. You don't know if they've been knocked on the floor. That's the problem with my brain. It's always going, and I'm always, looking at cross-contamination, and it's always in my brain. And vinegar. Well, I read this study by some big college, and they used a bunch of different products. And I know vinegar will work too. I do have a spray I bought. It's got that and some other things. And they did peroxide vinegar, baking soda, and some other stuff. And they said the one that killed the most germs was the baking soda, 12 minutes. Soaking in 12 minutes. A teaspoon of baking soda. I use a little tiny bit more than a teaspoon, depending on how much water. That's in like a gallon, I think. So they said peroxide and baking soda together, they were doing different, not just fruit. They did meat. And they said peroxide worked on meat better if you wanted to spray your meat to make sure you kill off whatever. So that's just what I use. But yeah, I use vinegar for everything. My counter spray, everything. I have used vinegar in a pinch if I've been out. But I were, and hey, good vibes. Yeah. Yeah, we use white vinegar all over the house. And then brown vinegar, I found out, is really good for pet accident odor. So I went on vacation one time for 2 weeks, and I had this teenager watching my cat. He was a cat that didn't like using the litter box. He went outside. And so I was going to leave him outside those whole 2 weeks and have her just feed him when she came over. She locked him in the house and then didn't come back. She tried to say she did. I'm like, no, you didn't. I came home and cried. There was cat diarrhea all over my house. In the I had carpet, and I cried. Luckily, it was dried. So I had 1 day and 1 night before my daycare kids came the next day to get rid of this. And I'm down there scraping with a butter knife. And I had already found out when that cat had started spraying before we neutered him, that brown vinegar, I would literally half water, half vinegar, and pour it over there so it would go through all the layers of the carpet all the way to the subfloor, because his pee did the same thing. Got rid of all the odor. And I mean, when we pulled the carpet up, we saw the spots, but you smelled the vinegar for maybe a couple hours, and it works amazing on that odor. Yeah, apple cider vinegar. I said brown. Apple cider vinegar, yeah. Ours is called Sabaro. They do that at place in the... Oh, you're talking about something else. Oh, the pizza. Got it. Yeah, and also at the Dollar Slice Club, the reason it's called that is you can pay $5 a month and you get the pizza at a discount. Now, they were giving me my water at a discount, and literally it was paying for itself after just a few waters. They stopped doing that recently. So if you get 2 pieces of pizza a month, it'll pay for the $5. So I think that's really good for the students, because you get a really good big piece of pizza. So I'm gonna start closing up shop. I gotta get out of here, you guys. So I appreciate you sticking around. If I see you tonight, that'll be great too. It's a lot of hours, Scootermom and Cricket and you guys. I appreciate it, but I don't mind if you want to come late and chill out. But yeah, I'm going to talk to you guys more about the anniversary thing tonight. Okay, thanks, Scootermom. And that's it. I'm going to go. One of these days, I don't know if I can do it on a live stream. But that's another thing we might talk about. I need to figure out an intro and an outro. I'm not sure exactly what I want to do. I like yours, Scootermom. I like the different clips. I like that. All right. Take care, y'all, if I don't see you again for a while. No Dianetics tomorrow because of Super Bowl. And have a good rest of your weekend. Bye.